There we go. I realized that I never caught a Girafarig. And it's in the Blueberry Pokedex, so may as well. Girafarig, the long neck Pokemon. Though very small, the brain in its tail is still considered an important organ because it emits powerful psychic energy. What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Scarlet. Gotta make sure that Tauros doesn't just charge at me. Or the Zepstrika. Last time, we managed to catch the last of the legendary Pokemon that we have available to us. Any other legendary Pokemon left are those that require Union Circle, and we just straight up don't have access to that. But in the meantime, we were able to get done with a bit more stuff in the Kitakami Pokedex. And, okay, what is that? Oh, it's just another Girafarig. Anyway, we were able to get more stuff done within the Blueberry Pokedex, and may as well catch a Farigiraf while we're at it. Freaking Sandile! And we were able to get quite a bit more done in the, like I said, the Blueberry Pokedex to get more BP for our other objective. And then in between episodes, I somehow managed to stumble upon a shiny freaking Talonflame. Oh, that was lucky. Anyway, in this episode, we are predominantly just going to stick to trying to get BP. Now, of course, the Quick Ball works for the Farigiraf, but not the Girafarig. Oh well, that's at least, again, one less thing that we need to worry about for evolutions. Farigiraf, the long neck Pokemon. Now that the brain waves from the head and tail are synced up, the psychic power of this Pokemon is 10 times stronger than Girafarig's. So yeah, we are predominantly going to be focusing on doing that, as well as, of course, as well as just trying to get done with as many Wonder Traits as we reasonably can. I think that one of the more important aspects that we do is that we do Wonder Trait to try to find some more starter Pokemon. Starter Pokemon are going to be the main way that we're going to be able to save on, I guess, available Pokedex space is the best way to put it. Yeah, some Stardust. Next is some Luxury Balls. Because, realistically, the starter Pokemon are what's going to be the major holdup in terms of actually being able to finish off Piran's request. Because, at most, we have 243 Pokemon. We have Pecharunt that's in here. We also have we've got all the different other Paradox Pokemon that are based on the Swords of Justice and the Legendary Beasts. I'm pretty sure those are the ones that count here between Terapagos and Pecharunt. But then we also have so many starter Pokemon that take up so much space. So that is what we are going to want to try to work on the most, which is a bit unfortunate because that basically just means that we need to be lucky in order for someone to then give us a starter Pokemon. Okay, well, let's see. For Girafarig, does not really have anything, so you know what? Let's just go ahead and trade Girafarig. In the meantime, we can try to focus more on our quests. So, sneak up on a Pokemon, and a Pokemon that is swimming. Get that taken care of. And what do we get for our surprise trade? We are giving Girafarig to Tim. Tim gives us Dondoza. Oyakata? Okay. Dondozo, the big catfish Pokemon. This Pokemon is a glutton, but it's bad at getting food. It teams up with Tatsugiri to catch prey. Okay, cool. That doesn't really help us all that much. It is a French Dondoza. Okay. Doesn't really help us out, and apparently it hatched in the Asado Desert. I have no use for this. Let's go ahead and trade it back. Okay, so now let's just go ahead. Before we go and check that, gotta sneak up on a Pokemon. And then we Terrasilize. Alright, so that's 2 more quests taken care of. And we are getting close to 1,000. 1,000 BP is nice, but our main goal is to hit 1,800. Though exactly how much we'll be able to get done through all of these surprise trades remains to be seen. Anyway, what do we get here? We get a Numel. Cool. Is there a specific reason for that? It is a German Numel. But I have no need for a German I'm gonna say Nubble. It's like, where'd the B come from? I have no use for a German Numel. Let's see. Where are any flying Pokemon? We can... you know what? Let's just catch this Relor. It's gonna be my last Quick Ball, unfortunately, so I'm gonna need to go and buy some more. Yeah, but it still works, and that's one less Pokemon I need to worry about in terms of breeding as well. Relor, the rolling Pokemon. This Pokemon creates a mud ball by mixing sand and dirt with psychic energy. It treasures its mud ball more than its own life. You may have a problem there, Relor. Okay, get out of here, Braviary. I already used you on the team. In fact, I'm pretty sure I still have it on my party. Yeah, Cody. Oh no, oh no. I did not want to throw out a picnic. Weirdly enough, that does reset everything if I really needed that. Alright, but let's see if we got anything good in the Wonder Trade. Sent to Richard. Does Richard give us anything helpful? No. Well, that was weird. Actually, speaking of which, does that... That has been something that I've been wondering about. No, it doesn't. I was wondering, it's like... Does the fact that there's a different form and it has its own Pokedex entry, does that matter? I don't think it does. It does have its own Pokedex entry, though. It is called the Walking Jungle. Each of the nuts has a face and a will of its own. Oh, interesting. If we have it, then it also gives us the French version. You know, in case you can speak French. Cool. Let's go ahead. One is travel, so I'm going to take the opportunity to just travel over and grab a few other items along the way. And I'm going to try to make my way on over to the... Come on. I'm gonna see if I can make my way on over to kind of the central area, so then that way I can buy some more Pokeballs. Decided to give this Rellor a bath. Just because that was the major quest, so thankfully that does give us quite a bit of BP, and also relatively easy to do. Alright, and then we have our surprise trade. So what do we have here? Please let it be a starter. I really need starters. A Choodle! Maybe it is better if I play late at night. I am actually recording at a reasonable hour this time. But it seems like I'm not really getting any sort of good variety in Pokemon here. We'll send this Choodle back. And I'm gonna get my main party back out. Alright. Is Kenny gonna give us anything good? An Igglybuff? Huh. Okay. I mean, that's new. It's not helpful, but it's new, I guess. Igglybuff, the balloon Pokemon. Its body has a faintly sweet scent and is bouncy and soft. If it bounces even once, it cannot stop. Can't bounce just once. Okay, well, I mean, technically, it's a Chinese Igglybuff. Okay, is there anything else we could potentially... I mean, I guess we can give the Numel. I believe we have a camera up somewhere. I think. Well, I mean, I don't really... Well, nah, we'll keep the Phantom. You know what? Trapinch. We will try to do something about the Trapinch. Alright, so what do we have? Wild Pokemon in flight, and just catching. Okay. Is there any interesting, or at the very least, what would be new Pokemon that we can relatively find? We can double with that. I think we're gonna really get somewhere. I don't know if that's still just bugged out or what. But we'll try to head this way, while we're also just doing Wonder Trades. So I'll make my way over there and show just what Wonder Trades we get along the way. Well, Delibird's new. Delibird, the delivery Pokemon. It carries food all day long. There are tales about lost people who are saved by the food it had. Scorbunny! Oh, that's exactly the type of... That is a Hackmon. Hackmon or not, I need starters. Scorbunny, the rabbit Pokemon. Once its body is heated up, Scorbunny can use the full extent of its power. That's why it does warm-up exercises. Nice. Okay. A Haunch Crow in a Master Ball. Very interesting. Haunch Crow, the big boss Pokemon. It is merciless by nature. It is said that it never forgives the mistakes of its Murkrow followers. Shiny Bulbasaur. Well, I was at least right with that. But hey, starter Pokemon's a starter Pokemon. It is weird that not all, we got Mudkip, but most of the starter ones are just hacked, but you know what? Whatever it takes to save me a ton of grinding. Bulbasaur, the seed Pokemon. For some time after its birth, it uses the nutrients that are packed into the seed on its back in order to grow. Also, I made it my destination, but it doesn't show up with anything. So either it's underground, or it's just bugged. So, unfortunately, I think we're gonna need to just try to find something elsewhere. Actually, wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh, no, it's just a regular Scrafty. It looked a lot different from the back, like it had, like, pink hair. But I think it's just the water refraction from the rain. Alright, let's see what this one gives us. To Kanan. Alright, Kanan gives us a Pichu. We already got rid of a Pichu when we traded with Katie. Or no, it wasn't Katie. I don't know why I thought it was Katie. It was Iono. We do need to sneak up on a Pokemon. We need to sneak up and we need to catch one. Unfortunately, all of these Pokemon are stuff that we have gotten before. They're not exactly in a good position for me to try to sneak up on. So, before we go and see the results of the Wonder Trade, there goes all the Magnemite, and that's a lot of Scrafty. Darn it! I kept hitting the Pokemon, like the button to throw a Pokeball. For some reason, it didn't do it. Darn you, Rain, and your lag. Ah! Oh, this is gonna be a problem. This is gonna be a major problem. Run! Just run! Okay. Let me try to find a different area for us to explore around for a bit. And maybe we can find something. Okay, let's see. We've got Cleavor. I'd like maybe something a little bit easier for us to get. If I can get behind the Drillbur, I think that'll work. Drillbur should be easy enough to catch. There we go. Okay. So no, we do not need to give Drillbur a nickname, pick up items, and sneak up on a Pokemon again. Okay. So first things first, Wonder Trade. That is a name. That is a tragedy. At least it seems like it. A Skidoo. Alright. Skidoo is actually new! Skidoo, the Mount Pokemon. Until recently, people living in the mountains would ride on the backs of these Pokemon to traverse the mountain paths. We mean until recently. Okay, yes, let's go ahead. And you know what? There's the Drillbur. Let's go ahead. That is a no good HP Drillbur. Okay, so we need Pokemon in flight. Well, I've got these Magneton right here. There. Okay, catch a flying type Pokemon. That's easy enough. I think what I'll do for the time being, though, let's go ahead, claim our reward here. So that's luxury balls. 5 medium candies would honestly be pretty good. Get Magmarizer. And next is a love ball. Alright, and our Wonder Trade. To Yu. Okay, Yu gives us a Mischievous. I don't think Mischievous VY? The heck does VY mean? I don't think I could get Mischievous in Scarlet, so this is actually interesting. Mischievous, the Screech Pokemon. This Pokemon startles people in the middle of the night. It gathers fear as its energy. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to it. Alright, we are starting to run a little bit low on time, so I think what I'll do is I'm going to see if I can get all the way up to another of the more, I guess, challenging isn't exactly the best word, but the larger quests, the ones that give more BP. If I can do that, I think we'll probably be good to call it a day. So I'm just going to keep grabbing as many items as I can. Don't really see anything else that would be particularly helpful up here. So let's maybe head on over this way. And I think I'll also just go back and forth between doing a quest. Yeah. Okay, come on. I'll go back and forth between doing a quest. Okay, I need one more. And then checking in on a Wonder Trade. I think that might be the better way to do this. That way there's at least some progress on both being done. Okay, next is traveling, so that's good. Alright, so what's the Wonder Trade? Alright, Shelly gives us a Vikavolt. Okay. Pretty sure? Yeah, I already had Vikavolt. Okay, so traveling, flying type Pokemon, and sneak up. Well, I mean, I can always just catch this Fracture. I did not, in fact, sneak up on it. Okay, let me try to find a Pokemon that is... Well, actually, Swablu will work. Okay, I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Here, I just needed a Swablu that is facing... Oh, really? I need a Swablu that's facing away from me so I can ambush it, and then I can catch it. Darn Swablus, they're everywhere now! Oh god, they're all chasing me! Why are they all chasing me? There! I snuck up on a Swablu. Now let's catch it so that way we have 2 quests taken care of. And now I have another Pokemon to Wonder Trade. And my Swablus would not leave me alone! Alright, defeat 10 Pokemon using auto battles, and just pick up more stuff. Alright, so Vigavolt's going to Cole, and Cole is giving us a Charmander. Unfortunately, I already had Charmander available to us. Glumanda. Or unless it's a special Charmander. I mean, it's German, but doesn't exactly help us. We'll send the Charmander back. And since I did get 2 done at the same time, we can go ahead and just do that immediately while we are just gradually going and grabbing stuff. Alright, we're re-gifting this Charmander. And in exchange, we get a hacked Cyndaquil! It's always going to be the hacked ones. Those are what's going to be helpful to us. Cyndaquil, the Fire Mouse Pokemon. It usually stays hunched over. If it is angry or surprised, it shoots flames out of its back. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and move Cyndaquil with the other hacked Pokemon. Honestly, I think if I could get one more starter Pokemon, that I'm hoping will be enough for us to be able to get everything. It may not be. I might need a few more. But we are at the very least making... It's another Igglybuff! At the very least, we are making some decent progress, though. Well, that was fast. I didn't even get out of the menu before it said, oh yeah, you're done. Okay, let me go ahead, see if I can just get done with this quest real fast. I don't want to battle him, but don't really need to. Okay, Pokemon while swimming. I think that was just distance, though. Yep, it was. Okay. Let's go ahead. We will check the Wonder Trade. Man, like, I cannot go anywhere. Like, it can find a partner real fast. Like, before I even get out of the menu fast. Alright, well that sounds like a hacked Pokemon to me. But is it a hacked starter? No, it honestly just looks like a regular Q-Fin. That is a regular Q-Fin. Okay, maybe Romanamp 12 isn't a hacker site. Q-Fin, the Copiderm Pokemon. Using the pointy tip of its trunk, it carves off chunks of hard rocks to eat. It is very docile and helps people with physical labor. Okay, well, it's interesting. Okay, so what do we need? Well, traveling, we haven't gone anywhere. Well, Pokemon while swimming, we've got some... I'm sorry, is that a fracture in the water? That is a fracture in the water. What? I was gonna say, it's Jesus fracture, and then it sinks. Here, let's maybe get you out of the water. Nah, it wants to live here. This is where its home is now. Its home is to be beneath the waves. Okay. Uh-oh. Ooh, that did a lot. Okay, well, let's go ahead. We'll just false swipe it to get as much damage as possible. Unfortunately, we do lose Von Karma. But at least it's in the yellow now. So what I'll do is switch to Ephraim. We'll paralyze it, and then we'll try catching it again. Okay. And it actually doesn't become... Oh no, it still becomes confused. This is so freaking weird. The joys of Scarlet and Violet, everyone. Where things really don't make as much sense as they should. Although I don't think it'll count for, like, any sort of Pokeball bonus trying to catch this thing. Ooh, I just realized it. Because it's confused. Yeah, because it's confused, it's gonna hurt itself even more. Ugh. That might be a problem. Well, let's hope we catch it before then. Like that. That works out beautifully. Fracture, the Axe Jaw Pokemon. Because its tusks don't grow back once they break, this Pokemon apparently won't use them unless truly necessary. Alright, and we've got a Wonder Trade. Sending a Pachirisu to Joey. Alright, what does Joey give us? A Tandemaus. Tandemau. Alright, let's maybe go for one more Wonder Trade. Okay, defeat 30 wild Pokemon using Auto Battle. Okay, this may take a bit. Except I really don't have a lot of places to really go for. You know what? I've got an idea. Let's go ahead and move on over to the coastal biome. We can use this as an opportunity not only to just heal our Pokemon, but there should be a lot of Pokemon that are just in a more flat area here. If I need to, I can always switch Jehudi out for someone else. I think Jehudi should be mostly fine. Except when it comes to the Oricorio and the Trumbeak. Comfey should be good, though. Actually, these specific Oricorio will be fine because they're Psychic types. So actually, that shouldn't be a problem at all. So excuse me while my actual starter goes on a bird-murdering rampage. Alright. So that gives us a good amount back. What's in here? A Kingdra? Alright, if we can catch this Kingdra and then check the Wonder Trade, we're good to call it a day. A Rock-type Kingdra. Okay, let's hope we can actually... do this. Okay, good amount of damage. So the main goal that I'm going to try to do is to just do as much damage as I can. Then, once Jehudi inevitably faints... Oh no. Once Jehudi inevitably faints, I can then terrestrialize it. Okay, doing well. We're doing well. Using Yawn again, which is going to be problematic. Because everyone is now asleep. Callouts? No, that doesn't help. Okay. Everyone is just asleep. Except they really aren't, because the other Pokemon are able to do stuff. It knows Flash Cannon, apparently. There we go. Okay, now does it pull up the shield? No, it's still using Flash Cannon. Oh, there it is. Okay, I was waiting for it to faint first, but I think we're going to need to do it. Okay, I don't think... Alright, it's doing a bunch of stuff. Really? It gets 3 turns? Okay, Focus Energy now is a problem. It is very much a major problem right now. But thankfully, it didn't start with Focus Energy, so it's not going to really get a whole lot of use from those crits. Alright, hopefully with the Terastallization. Alright, one more hit with Flower Trick, and we should break the shield. Uses Yawn. Okay, I'm actually okay with that. Because we can still break the shield. Oh, and... well, it was paralyzed. It was paralyzed for a very brief moment. Okay, and now I'm asleep. Oh, nope, it's paralyzed again. I mean, if I'm lucky, my allies will be able to take care of it in the meantime. Until I can wake up. Hey, there we go! Okay. Kingdra's down. And then let's go ahead and catch it. Another trade Pokemon added to the Pokedex. That's actually pretty big. Even though it's just a single Pokemon, the trade ones are always just ones that I'm writing off entirely. So the fact that we can just keep on getting some of these trade evolution Pokemon, that helps out a lot. Ooh, and some Herba Mystica! Some sour, a bottle cap, a bitter. Very nice. That was a fantastic raid den. Kingdra, the dragon Pokemon. It sleeps deep on the ocean floor to build its energy. It is said to cause tornadoes as it wakes. Oh, that helps out a lot. Another trade evolution is always good to have. And while we're at it, we'll go through the wonder trait that we got, and we're calling it a day here. So, next time on Let's Play Pokemon Scarlet, I'm going to go and go through another training montage. I'm going to see how far I can get with all of the other Pokemon that I've gotten up to this point. Carkol, okay. I mean, I guess that's technically new. I'll see what I can do in terms of evolutions and breeding and seeing how far I can get. I'll also take the opportunity to get all of the BP that I need in order to get done with the last 3 coaches that we need to get. Really, we need 2, but 3 just helps out a lot more for trying to actually finish them. Carkol, the cold Pokemon. The temperature inside its body increases when it experiences strong emotions. It rolls around frantically while spewing flames. So yeah, I'll see just how far I can get with all of the Pokemon that I currently have at my disposal. So, ideally we will have enough, but we shall see. We shall absolutely see how far we get. least BP-wise, we only need about 300. So that's at least good. But we'll do a training montage, and then hopefully we can get done with the coaches. And if we're even luckier, we can do Piran's quest too. So until next time, everyone, take care.